what actually is the left versus the right? If you're here, I presume you have felt tensions rising. You've been hearing things like, a civil war is coming, they can't be reasoned with, the other side is evil. But in reality, we are all just people whose lives are struggling more and more by the day. Each of us are logical, and to assume the opposition is dumb, I believe, is a mistake. We all see there is a big problem. The disagreement is over why. What is truly causing all of this? And these questions aren't just being asked in America. They are being asked worldwide. Look at Europe. Look at any country that allows free debate. They have the left and they have the right. And they also have rising tensions at the moment. This political divide permeates all of humanity. In the realm of thought, this is the grand arena. I believe it is the defining problem of our time. And by arguing about it on the world stage, all of humanity is attempting to solve it, little by little. Today, we step into the zeitgeist and address the left versus the right. So, what is the left versus the right? Neither side is defined by a single ideology. Rather, the way I see it, we humans try to simplify and categorize as much as we can. Without that, the complexity of it all is just too much. So we begin with, are they good or are they bad? We view the world through our sense of morality. Each side has a moral foundation they use to justify their beliefs. The various philosophies they adopt are very complex, but at the root of their chain of logic is a simple belief, one that justifies it all to them, one that convinces them that they are fighting for a force that is good in the world. All of us have this, I believe, and all of us that have followed these chains of logic, the cause is just. It is righteous, it is logical, and no one on either side, with a few exceptions maybe, is evil or dumb. So enough of the prelude. What am I talking about here? The left versus the right is collectivism versus individualism, or in other words, the good of all versus the freedom of the individual. All systems of governance and finance inevitably lean towards one of two design philosophies, either promoting the well-being of all or preserving the privileges and freedoms of a select few. Politics at its core is the ongoing debate over which of these goals our systems should serve. For you cannot create a system that is good for everyone, whilst also giving everyone in that system absolute freedom. You see? These two concepts are polar opposites. They cannot exist together in totality. And yet, neither is evil. Both are logical. You can fight for the good of everyone. You can fight for the freedom of everyone. But recognize you cannot do both. That is the divide. Humanity is attempting to find a system that represents the perfect equilibrium. A system that appeases the good of everyone as much as it can, whilst also giving as much freedom to everyone within it that it can. We're trying to find the middle ground between both of those concepts in our systems, in the design philosophy of our systems, whether it be governance, finance, or whatever else. And so now you may ask yourself, so what? Once you see the great debate for what I believe it truly is, you can then say, okay, we're searching for the perfect system. So then let's find the perfect system. Once you know the true source of the dispute, once you have set the goalposts for each side clearly, you can begin the work of finding a system that is a perfect equilibrium between the good of all, whilst also giving as much freedom to each individual as it can. Ladies and gentlemen, that is the current goal of humanity. And if you're interested in debating or finding this system, you can join my Discord. I have a link at the bottom. I would love to hear why I'm wrong, or if you think I'm right, or if you would like to build upon this idea. I think one can design a system that represents as much of an equilibrium between these concepts as it can. I have a few ideas, and we live in a world where we can design a financial system from scratch. This can be done. And just remember, we can change the world. We can change the future. We can move the mountain.